Uh-oh, we're back.
It's
like
another
we never
one.
Left. We're here, ladies and gentlemen. Are you there is the question. Only Pod can judge us.
Come on.
Your host, the
sir.
big fella D King. I got my main man to the left.
R to the K, a.k.a. Illogic, a.k.a. Illogic 100 on this weird seat. Holla at me.
And my family member to the right.
Come on, man. Y'all know who it is. Wayne D, 253, Wayne D the barber, man. Hey, but before we get started, man, we appreciate y'all's support. We appreciate the love. We appreciate your feedback, man. As we're going along in this podcast, man, we like to interact with our guests and our fans out there. So leave a comment. If you find anything inspirational, smash the like button, share it, subscribe, man. We trying to push our viewers and everything up. So, man, y'all, we love the support, man.
That's what's up.
Hey, man, we just celebrated Black History Month, gentlemen.
Come on.
And now the newest month we have in place is Ladies Month. Any lady you want to shout out or show some love to R to the Kizzle?
First of all, my wife, you know what I'm saying? I got to give her a shout out, you know what I'm saying? She's incredible. She's a superwoman. She putting it together, you know what I'm saying? And she got my back, been supporting me, been my neck while I'm the head the whole time, you know what I'm saying? So I got to love and appreciate that.
Been my neck while I'm in the
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I'm going to have to use that, young king.
I never heard that one. That's nice.
You know what I'm saying? But, and also give a shout out to my mother-in-law and Miss Tracy, you know what I'm saying? And my mother-in-law, Madeline, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying? All the women in our lives, you know what I'm saying? Your mom, too, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
There's a lot of strong women. My mom, my sisters, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of strong women in my life. My aunties.
Come on.
Can't forget about y'all. I can keep going down the list, you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Keep going free.
I mean, man.
That boy in the Rolodex stuff. Keep going.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
It's
that's
a lot of them to mention, man.
Come on, man. That's definitely love. That's definitely love. And I'm going to follow that. Look, they say behind every good man, there's a great woman. And I'm going to say right beside me because she sits beside me. That's my rib. And so, man, we go through the ups and downs, the good times, bad times. But let her know that I do appreciate her. We're celebrating 8 years in 2 weeks. We'll be 8 years. Come on. Look, man. 8 years in. And 80 more to go. Look, and I hope to live it. Man, I appreciate everything we've been through. The ups and downs, the good times, sad times. Shout out Mom Dukes, appreciate her, love you, all my sisters. And shout out to the camera lady. Look, Women's Month. I got a camera lady behind the camera. Man, come on, keep doing your thing. We appreciate you, and you're necessary and you need it. We love you.
Yep.
Hey, man, I honestly, first, L to the K, Lorena King.
Come on.
You're the jewel of the Nile, man. You know what I'm saying? And I give you mad props. Obviously, my mom did have me. If she didn't have me, there would be no me.
Come on.
And so, huge shout out to Marsha Gaston.
Yes.
For everything that you did. You played the head and the tail in raising your children.
Come on.
My mother-in-law, strong woman, been through a lot of adversity. Madeline Nunnery. And my got another mother-in-law, my Tracy Harris as well.
Yes.
Strong women that have paved the way to help the young women learn how to become women.
Come on.
That's important.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my sister-in-law Jamonica, your wife T. Joe. Much love to Saya. And like I said, Saya got three grown people. She don't even have no kids no more. She don't even know what to do with herself no more besides go to work and go scuba diving. So, you know what I'm saying? It's much love to my sister Sherelle.
Yeah.
I see what she does with my niece.
Respect.
And just putting in work, man. And just like all the ladies out there. And we'll be celebrating all month for the next 4 weeks with the ladies. And like I said, it's a beautiful thing because without any lady, none of us could be here.
Come on.
Yeah.
Granted, it takes a man, but the lady that carries for 9 months, they do a lot of the work.
We didn't birth ourselves.
For sure. Not at all. Let's get right into it, gentlemen. LeBron James, 40,000 points right now.
Man.
Will anybody catch him? How big of an accomplishment is it?
Man, I was thinking about that this morning. I didn't mean to cut you. I don't know if you was about to run with it, but that's.
I knew you was going with
But that
this.
was.
I knew you was gonna be on it.
He was excited about it.
I'm super excited. Y'all see me salute him. Man, that's huge. When you really think about how long the NBA, what was it, the 50s in NBA started? Like 50s or 60s?
No, before that.
Nah, because Bill Russell and them was winning like the first championships. Oh, you talking about black and white television?
That's
basketball.
James Naismith created the game, and George Mikan. That's back in the 20s and the 30s.
Okay, well,
look. It started.
So it's been going on that long. So a lot of the records that we see be like 1960s. Be having it on because I think that's probably when they started keeping track of statistics and stats. So I think that's why they only have 1960 records. But for someone to score 40,000 points. Like this game has been around a long time, and we've seen great scores come through this game. But for someone to stay consistent, that's what it's gonna take a player to stay consistent in order for somebody to touch this. He's putting this record out so long. You gotta think 21 years, and my guy is still averaging like 25 points. That's incredible. Yeah, and I don't know if someone's gonna break it. I lied. Someone's going to break it. I will say that. Someone will break it. I think at the rate that the NBA is going, we're going to see people averaging like 32 points a game. Like you're going to start seeing like 6 men averaging 32 points. Like, and you're going to see stars averaging like 50 because of at the rate this game is going. So I think someone's going to catch it, but it's going to take someone with durability and going to be playing a long time.
You want to speak in that, R2K?
Yeah, I think the number one thing that hits me is what you said. It's durability.
Yeah,
this he's been, like you said, playing at a high level for a long time, and he's been on the court. He hasn't been taking breaks like a lot of players do. You know what I'm saying? He's been able to put up the numbers.
Yeah,
I mean, and like you said, at a high level. So you got to give him all the props for this, man. This is a major accomplishment. In my opinion, will somebody catch that? It's going to take LeBron James is a once in a generation player, so it's going to take another once in a generation type of player to be able to hit them kind of numbers, to play that long, to be featured that long. Because a lot of times players they're at this age, they're not featured in the offense like that.
Yeah,
it's going to take it's just he's a man. I mean, I don't even know what to say. He's beyond average. So I don't know how somebody's going to catch that number.
My personal opinion. Nobody won't because he's not done. So that is going to just continue to go. And you have to, my son looked up the statistic of what you have to do. You have to average like 25 points for 20 years and something to get to that stamp. You got to think about it. So he's in year 20.
Yeah. And played in finals.
He's probably not going to stop if we're realistically saying just off of a whim, 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So he might get to 50,000.
Yeah.
We don't know. It just depends on how it goes. And like the NBA is, like you said, with analytics and it's based off of scoring, I don't see anybody catching them. Yeah. Because nobody's going to break John Stockton's record of steals and assists.
Yeah.
Nobody, I don't see anybody breaking it. I mean, I'm saying when you look at the point total, they didn't think anybody would do it because nobody plays for 20 years anymore.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So if you think about it, like the greats, like Kareem played at 20.
Yeah.
But Michael Jordan played 13 to 14, and some people stop at 16. So it's not like Shaq, 17 years. Like I said, that's a 10-year is a long career in the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, 8 years, because you just, whatever your contract is, and if you get one contract extended,
and the thing is, these guys are getting multiple contracts, but to see this young man, I looked at his interview when they asked him, what would you say to your 18-year-old self, LeBron? He was like, I wouldn't say anything to him because I don't wish that on any 18-year-old. He said, the people, everybody wanted me to fail except for my family, my friends, and certain people in Cleveland, they wanted him to fail.
And Wayne D. the Barber. Add me to that list, Brian.
And for him to exceed all expectations of what was asked of him as a basketball player.
We just had that discussion at the barbershop.
It's superb, though. It's really superb.
And I'm going to add on to that. And this is why I think it will be broken, but we may not see that time. Like, we might not live past that time. Basketball is going to still go on when we're gone. And I think someone, even if it's future, it's going to be a robot. We might see robots in the future, robot basketball players that are zip, and they playing. We don't know. You never know.
I don't think it'll be called the NBA anymore when that happens.
Does it still count, though?
It will be the NBA. Like,
it got to be human.
I'm just saying that's the direction that we're headed to.
That ain't counting.
So I just think records. I don't care what the record is. Records are meant to be broken. They're records for a reason. Of them. I think every record.
Nah.
We say they're not going to be broken because they're not going to be broken in our lifetime. we may not see that record broken.
I look at the closest person to the if we were to bring up, and we'll have Saya do it in a second, bring up the next closest person to John Stockton in steals and assists.
He need to have like 30,000, 3,000 away.
So
it's so far away.
Did we think Kareem's record would be broken?
Exactly. Do you think do you think 60-year-olds thought Kareem's record was going to be broken?
Probably not.
No, because they didn't see the NBA going that direction as far
evolving
as the player.
And that's what I'm saying. We don't see the NBA going that way though.
No, I'm saying with LeBron James and what he's doing, he's not done. So 40, that's just a pit stop. So people can't even get to 30.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
People can't get to 35. And I'm talking about people that are playing multiple
like
years
scores.
Because they don't have the longevity. It's a young man's game now.
So you think LeBron James is a harbinger? Like an indication of what players can do, so there's going to be a lot more players doing that.
I don't see anything.
Or now there's going to be a standard.
Just an anomaly.
He's an anomaly.
Yeah.
We've never saw him before.
See, this is one thing that we
never saw him before.
This is one thing that we were talking about in the shop is that if LeBron comes before Jordan, do we really say Jordan is the greatest of all time? Because we would have seen LeBron come first. Like if LeBron had not playing the same way, still scoring 40,000 points, but he's scoring 40,000 points in the 80s and growing up 80s, 90s, 2000 era.
But if you say that though, D, if was a fifth, we'd all be.
I agree. No. I agree. But this is why, and I bring this up because LeBron James, like he says, he came into the NBA with an expectation already on his back. Oh, there's a mark. Oh, you got to score this amount of points, and you got to have this amount of championships to be better than these players. So we already are better than these people. So that way, he already has a mark.
That's the mark that's set for everybody.
Agree, but if the LeBron wouldn't have had no mark if he would have came before Jordan. There wouldn't have been a mark for championship. Only thing he would have changed was Wolves and Kareem's scoring.
D, that's not true. Jordan's mark was to be better than Isaiah and Magic. They were the mark in the 70s and 80s.
I agree.
So LeBron, if you're going to put them, then that's that situation. But if Michael Jordan plays 20 years in the NBA, if we're going to go as if was a fifth, he would break every record as far as scoring if he played 20 years.
So then,
period.
Let me ask you.
There is no ifs, ands, or about at the rate that he was going. If he played 20 years, and the amount of points that he scored, and he played like 12.
Yeah. I mean, he started 33 points. He was averaging as a rookie. I agree. Like he was just.
If you're asking me what my thoughts are.
So then this is what, because we had this conversation also. We're like, Jordan didn't have no expectations on him. We didn't expect Jordan to be the next Bill Russell or be the next Wilt or be the next Kareem or be the next Magic Johnson. We didn't expect that. That's why Jordan went like, what did he get drafted, 4 or 3?
He got drafted 3rd, but you got to think about who got drafted before him.
But there was no expectation for him to make these marks.
That's not true.
Now, listen.
I'll tell you.
So then I believe since there was no expectation, all Jordan was out there was just playing freely. So when he was racking up these things, if that's the case, why do we always bring up, oh, Jordan went 6 for 6, right? And that's a great marker. But why wasn't Jordan chasing after Bill Russell to go 11 for 11? We don't make mention of that.
I don't think anybody,
because there's no expectation on it. No one will go. You're right.
I don't think anybody was chasing Bill Russell's record to get that. So if you
they're chasing Jordan though. LeBron chasing Jordan. And I say that because our expectation for LeBron when he came into the league was to chase Jordan and be the next Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can we put that expectation
to be better than Jordan?
Right.
So what? Can I answer?
Go ahead.
Cool?
No, you're good. My bad.
So to answer your question, Michael Jordan's thing was you had to dethrone Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Isaiah Thomas. They were the big dogs in the NBA. So he did have expectation. Bobby Knight, which is one of the greatest coaches ever, said when he saw Michael Jordan play, he was the best player in the world before he went to the NBA. That's on wax. You could look it up. So when he played with the Olympic team that beat the NBA players, and Michael Jordan was the guy. Yeah. So he came in with the expectation, yes, I'm coming to take the throne. Period. It took him a little bit longer than he expected. He had to get some more help because he couldn't do it by himself. But it was never not that he was shooting for something. He was shooting to get to Magic. He was shooting to get to dethrone Isaiah. He was shooting. That's why when they played in the Olympics together, Larry Bird said, it's his time now. he's
he
gotta be
did.
thrown. So he was there was an expectation.
Yeah, no,
and
right.
So that's all I'm saying is like in anybody, like Magic and them guys was trying to be better than Dr. J.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And it's always a cycle. It's always a cycle.
Yeah.
They gotta crown somebody as the next guy. What I'm saying with LeBron, to take nothing away from him, is that they said he was the chosen one. He led the Cleveland organization from winning 12 games to taking them to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
So he changed the face of a franchise.
Yeah.
And you can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure on an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So his expectation was, I got to be good for Cleveland, let alone anything else.
Yeah.
And then as it became his league, and he demanded it based off his play. That's my perspective.
See, my thing was on the expectations part of it. I was thinking, my thinking is, LeBron James came to the league with the expectation to be great, the chosen one, the king. You know what I'm saying? So my thing was he met that expectation
and exceeded it.
You know, and he exceeded that expectation. Mm-hmm. But then when I look at Jordan, I thought he exceeded that expectation,
for sure.
The expectations of him. Because I say, okay, every first round, every draft, oh, these guys are going to be the guys that are going to change the league. Mm-hmm. But to be that guy that really changes the world by your play, you know what I mean? Becoming that guy.
Now that's it.
That's exceeding expectations.
Keep going.
You know what I'm saying? And so I put weight and value on that. But I'm not trying to take nothing away from LeBron at the same time, because there was a lot of pressure. He did do everything he needed to do, and he's done beyond that, as we just said, with the stats that he's got. But for Jordan, I just think that his exceeding of expectations is beyond what anybody could have imagined.
And can I expound on that
go
before
ahead.
You go?
Yeah.
He's 100% right, because what Magic Johnson and Larry Bird did is they saved the NBA.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Michael Jordan made the game
elevated
global.
It to right. I agree.
Took it to the world.
Yeah.
So that elevated the game.
Yeah.
Not taking anything from LBJ.
Yeah.
But Kobe was already here. Shaq was here. Mm-hmm. Duncan was here. McGrady was here. Grant Hill was here. The league was in good hands.
It was.
He just came and took it to another level to see, oh my gosh, we got another 6'9" guy that can do everything.
He can do everything.
We've never saw this. And he's faster in every guard. We've never saw this. And he can actually, he's a winner. We never saw this since Magic Johnson. Yeah. Really, because Magic Johnson won in high school, won in college, and won in the NBA. So in a 4-year span, he won 3 championships.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You see what I'm saying? And so, not to take nothing away, I just think they both exceeded the expectation. Because when he dethroned the Pistons, and then he beat Magic in the finals in 91, what else was there? He conquered then and didn't look back. Yeah. In every finals that he played in after that, he won. From 91 on, so you can't take it away from the guy.
And once again, I don't ever take, like you say, I think Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird saved the NBA.
Yes, they did.
Because it was on a decline and it wasn't on his way out. Like the ABA merger, whatever, it wasn't working. But Larry Bird and them really kind of every year, I think in the 80s, I think every year it was one of them, and then Isaiah Thomas won one. But I think they were just that dominant. So they saved the league, and like you say, I think Jordan exceeded expectation and took it globally, the league with the Olympic team and all those. But my thing is that Jordan's expectation for him coming in was to be better than Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. He was still playing in the era or still playing in the league with them. There was nobody previously before. So Jordan's expectation should have been for somebody that played before him. LeBron's expectation was for him to be the greatest of all time from someone who's already played before him, which was Jordan. LeBron never played with Jordan. They never played together. So we've seen somebody's career. We've seen somebody's career done. And we're like, oh, man, LeBron, you're coming in. You need to be better than this person than career done. Jordan's expectation was to be better than somebody who's already.
He was already better than Dr. J.
But he was
already better than Dr. J.
But his expectations, right?
He was the standard,
right? Yeah. But why come? This is what and I come in to say this is how come his standard couldn't have been let me be Bill Russell? How come his standard couldn't be that? In 60 or 70-year-olds.
Let me answer your question.
Go ahead.
So. Beat him as far as the championships. Period. To be Magic Johnson, had got the close. He had 5. Kareem had 5. So they were trying to, but the league was way too competitive.
I agree.
To even think that you're going to grab a hold to that.
I agree.
That's not happening with nobody, and it hasn't happened still. So It's the difference. The expectation is not just to beat his record in the finals, but when you do go to the finals, you win them all that you play in.
Right.
That's all you can. That's all you can do because the expectation is not to win 11. That's unrealistic because it's too competitive.
Right. But then that's where I be falling short with this whole LeBron Jordan comparison is because LeBron has gotten there, but we can't compare and say, oh, you should have won them all. Like that's not it. You shouldn't be compared to this man. We should just be looking at your totality, your resume of what you have done in this sport side by side, and then compare it that way.
But there's not one megastar.
We couldn't just put them.
There's not one megastar. And hear me out.
Oh, right. I agree to that in the league. Not at all. No, I agree.
There's not one megastar that had a losing record in the finals like LeBron.
I agree.
That's a fact.
I agree. I'm not denying that.
So, but that's why I'm saying he can't be, by people, considered as the greatest of all time.
But you can't compare just because he's lost to.
Yes, you can.
In finals to this person who's won them all.
Yes, you can.
See, that's what I fall short of.
You can compare to that.
That's why I'm like, our expectation of this guy, we just gotta let this guy just be the guy.
And he has been, and they've let him be that.
I agree.
He's owned the league for a long time. But when you get to the promised
you know about
land,
any but.
No.
You know about any cancer with a butt in it.
I'm saying when you get to the
negates
promised
everything
land,
you said, praise this guy.
No, it doesn't. I give him, when you get to the big dance, you gotta win.
I agree.
The expectation is for you to win.
Yes.
And if you don't win them all, your record should reflect that you're over 500 in winning.
Oh, no. See, that's not.
That's the truth. Name a megastar that is.
I'm not denying that.
Okay, so that's the facts.
I can't say anything.
That's the facts.
Facts is facts. I can't argue none of that. I can't argue on
Johnson win 9 times. He won 5.
Yeah. I can't argue on LeBron's.
If it was boxing, we'd be saying that guy,
right.
We wouldn't even count him as a champion.
I agree, but this is totally two different.
But it's not
sports. But
we can't.
It's the big fight to hold the title.
But
if you got a title fight and you're losing in the title fights, what does that make you in boxing?
What does it make you?
Just a contender.
A contender, right?
But listen, if we ask all of us
that's all I'm saying.
If we ask all three of us who's our favorite boxer or who's our greatest boxer, we'll have all 3 different answers. We've had it before.
It may, but
no, ain't no may.
But who's
yours was Floyd?
Who's the greatest?
Was yours Muhammad or Tyson? One of those?
Tyson for the most part.
It was Tyson for the most part, and I liked the Pacquiao. Our 2 have losses.
Right. Yeah. So they're not better than him.
How could they not? But they're our greatest. Like
no, that's your opinion. Is the greatest. If you go statistically and you put it together with the statistics, Floyd Mayweather is the greatest based off of his body of work when he boxed.
I'm
not denying that. Like Reggie Miller. He's not the best shooting guard to ever play. He's not the top 3 shooting guard to ever play.
I like him because I'm from Indiana.
Right, and I understand, and
I got Indiana love.
But he's not better than Michael. He's not better than Kobe.
I will say no.
He's not better than D.
I will say no. I will say no.
He's your favorite.
He's my favorite.
Right.
I'm not the. So
his
me,
favorite is
my
the
favorite.
Eagles.
No.
They're not the best team in the NFL.
Nah, they're far from it.
Right, but what I'm saying is
they're far from it.
They're far from it. They're gonna be on the decline. No, they will be. We'll see next year. Look, you check back in with me.
I'm not moving goalposts. I'm saying we can have a favorite. Mike Tyson is one of my favorite, but Floyd Mayweather is the epitome to boxing.
Man,
he created a whole new wave.
He did,
and he changed the sport for forever.
Yeah, and he has made it
forever.
He has made it this generation of boxing. We got a lot of soft individuals in this little end. I
think they're smarter. I'm not gonna say none of them guys are soft.
None of them are soft. They would all fight me, and they might knock me out if we were all in the ring. They're not soft in that area. I'm not denying that. I'm just talking about this generation. All right, soft mentality.
No, I don't even say mentality.
I'm saying mentality.
Smarter, not harder.
I think they work smarter.
That's what Floyd Mayweather did. He created a lane that I'm gonna be able to pick and choose when I want to do it, how I want to do it. And nobody that got in the ring with him really competed more than 4 rounds against him.
Who? Floyd?
Nobody.
Floyd?
Nobody.
I agree.
Nobody competed more than 4 rounds against him. You were 50 fights. So what do you say? That is greatness. That is watching greatness happen. Do you agree? Is that greatness?
I agree that he has fought everybody he's fought. He conquered. He went in there. He won every fight. There was no ifs and buts about him winning any fight that he went in.
Okay.
I agree with that.
So does that make him the greatest?
The time frame of him fighting them, do you agree? Oh, don't say it on the I agree to you.
Can I answer?
I agree to you, and we're talking about the picking. I agree with you agree.
Can I answer?
Come on.
Can I answer?
Go ahead.
I'm not going to fight Pacquiao either if I feel he's on steroids and he's juicing. And you wouldn't either.
Fight Sugar Shane when Sugar Shane was number 1, or you were number 1, he was number 2. Look it up. In 2008,
keep going. Free.
In 2008, Sugar Shane Mosley was a number 2 welterweight in the world.
Okay.
Right after Floyd Mayweather had beat De La Hoya, he should have fought Sugar Shane. Right after.
So you act like they can't control. You can't control the narrative.
I'm not denying that you can't.
Pacquiao controlled the narrative of who he fought.
No, come on,
he did.
Bro. Pacquiao got in the ring with anybody.
No, he controlled the narrative when he fought.
Pacquiao got in the ring.
They all do.
Pacquiao got in there with anybody.
They all do. But going back to the point, because you made this.
My bad.
My
bad. My apologies, y'all, man. We were celebrating, man. Salute it.
Again,
I like LeBron, man. Hey, give him his roses, man.
Why do you think it's a topic?
Yeah.
We're celebrating him.
Celebrate him, man.
All-time.
You will never see it again. You won't see it again.
We will not.
We might not.
We won't.
No,
but I think our kids.
No, they won't. They won't see another him. God made him to do this. It's like
God made another individual to do it?
It's always, sometimes it's just one of one. Sometimes it's just one of one.
So there we go. So you're just one of one, LeBron, and you're better than Jordan. He just said it himself.
This guy, man.
You heard it here first from Dave King.
I never said
one of one.
LeBron James is not better than Michael Jordan, so I'll say that openly.
RK said it too. Look, man.
I didn't say that. Don't put no words in my mouth.
We didn't.
Hey, much props to you, LeBron. You the king, man.
Yeah,
but at the same time, when you get that Jordan debate, you know what happens,
right?
Man.
Damn, Brian. Why are you doing like that, Brian?
And then there's
Brian. They can't give you roses. Brian, they can't give you. Look. There's the boy got his own money, and then the boy is dragging a suitcase with his money.
So
all right,
I'm gonna give you guys an example. We'll leave this topic alone because we're gonna go to the next thing.
Yeah.
When they invited at the All-Star game 2 years ago, the 50 greatest players in the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
You heard everybody's cheer. When Michael Jordan showed up because they didn't think he was coming, the place interrupted and the players looked scared. They was like, there he goes. Like, that's fake. He's really right there.
There goes the black cat.
That just shows you. That just shows you who the guy is.
Yeah.
LeBron was looking like this. Man, are you going to talk to me?
To that point, that's the same thing we see what happened with Michael Jackson would show up.
That's the truth.
People would just, they didn't
faint.
know, they'd faint. They didn't know what to do.
They don't do that with Chris Brown. They're like, he's just one of the homies.
Hey, man.
But we gonna get on.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we going to the next
Let's
topic.
play.
Caitlin Clark also broke a record where she is the all-time leading scorer in college basketball, men and women. Shout out to you, Caitlin.
Big shout out. Yeah. Welcome to the Indiana Fever. We'll see you there next year.
Ooh.
Number 1 draft pick. Indiana got it, baby. We got us.
So that means they must be trash if they ain't heard.
We trash. I'm not lying. I'm let you know.
She gonna make them great.
Bro, you see what she's doing in the college,
She
bro?
gonna make them great.
Indiana, send up. We back, baby. Come on. She's coming.
I'm a fan of hers. She plays like a woman possessed.
Yeah.
She plays like she never gets tired.
No.
Like she drank a whole bunch of Kool-Aid with a lot of sugar.
No, for real.
And she just never gets tired. She runs around screen.
Oh, she got a motor, huh?
Yeah, her motor's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Her work ethic is unbelievable. Yeah. She can play with the dudes.
Yeah.
She can play with some dudes, for sure. I'm telling you.
She can play at the YMCA with some dudes.
I didn't say
okay.
There you go.
No, I'm saying you're right. When you say dudes, I'm like, come on, bro. Like really, like the 12th man will go. Give her 50.
I said she could play with dudes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying the YMCA dudes.
You
like,
don't have to go
okay,
there.
but she's good. She got game. I'm going to the Storm game. Oh, 100%. She would dust me off as a high schooler. She'll dust me off in my prime. Look, like, oh yeah. I'm not taking nothing from the girl.
She could go get some run in and she could hoop and she could hold her own.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
definitely.
And the thing is, though, can she win the big game this year? Can she get back to the Final Four?
Man, that's tough.
Who she play for now?
Iowa.
Yeah.
They was. That's why the Final Four was so good last year. She was tearing stuff up. They had her.
Yeah.
They had LSU. They had Louisville.
Yeah.
Who was the other team? Was it UConn?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. So
not North Carolina. South Carolina. With
Don Stanley. They had lost one game.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. The Final Four for women, March Madness is here.
Yeah.
So we get to see that good stuff. Prediction. I know you guys may not look at it a whole lot. Can she get back to the Final Four though?
Man, that's gonna be tough. I've seen. I really watched the college girls, and there's a lot of college girls team. UCLA or USC's girls are pretty good.
She is ridiculous.
Juju.
She's a freshman, right?
She cooks. She's a freshman.
If she stayed in college for 4 years, she might break that record.
Because she's had like 40 points. Games
we're seeing an evolution of female players now.
Get buckets.
They're ready.
They're scorers.
They used to kind of be. I'm not trying to knock the older players that played before, but it used to be a different kind of game. But I'm seeing a lot more. Sounds like there's a lot more athletic female players.
Oh yeah,
Juju Watkins is a problem.
Yeah. They're bucket.
She's fancy.
There's coming in a lot of buckets. But USC is really good. Indiana actually beat Iowa. They play them again, so. Indiana squad is pretty good. South Carolina always. LSU is even good. North Carolina's good. Notre Dame is actually still solid. Like, there's a lot of solid girls out there. I'm like, UConn is back. Paige is back.
Right?
Like,
Caitlin, she can will them there.
But I'm like, bro, like, there's good girls out there. Like, I think they could get there? I think they can get 8 to Elite 8. But you're talking about Final Four, like, sheesh, man, I don't know. I think for sure Elite 8. I don't know about getting the Final Four.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that she gets to the championship because they said that she declared for the NBA, but she actually has a redshirt year where she can come back a year. WNBA. So she has a redshirt year where she can come back and play. She could come play another year. But I'm hoping
she doesn't need to give it college basketball.
Right, but I'm hoping that if she gets put out in the first round, what do you think she's gonna do?
She's going to the WNBA. She's taking her talents to Indiana.
Oh yeah, look, I'm hoping
she's taking her talents to Indiana because there's nothing else for her to do in college. But when you break the record, you don't want to put yourself at any risk of anything weird.
Yeah, she's proven herself.
Yeah, she's proven that she did that for 4 years.
She money now.
It's go time. Yeah. But huge shout out to you, Miss Caitlin.
Huge shout out,
Clark, for everything that you do for the game of basketball on that women's side. It's really exciting. You give these young ladies hopes and ambitions and dreams that if you work hard and you believe in your craft, that you can do anything on the court, and you exemplify that every single time. It's amazing to watch you play. It's a real superstar.
We're gonna see you at the Storm game this year.
Oh yeah.
Only Pac gonna be there.
For sure.
Skylar Diggins,
Joel Lloyd, they coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see them.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they got Boston or Aaliyah Boston on Indiana too. Last year's #1 draft pick.
Yeah, Indiana's just trash.
Don't worry, just keep that same energy.
Are they taking on purpose?
Keep that same energy. You know,
my energy is on 10 because the Storm has won multiple.
That they have
5 championships, but you can't get the #1 pick 2 times in a row. That means you're really trash.
Yeah,
really trash.
Or you're Dr. Bus and you stack the deck some kind of way.
No, that don't happen no more. You gotta be in order to get the #1 picks. You gotta be weak.
You gotta be weak.
So hopefully she can come change and turn it.
Ain't no hopefully.
Turn it around.
You heard it from me this year.
Boston couldn't do it.
You heard it from me this year. We will be in the finals in the next 2 years. Indiana Fever will be in the finals.
What you want to bet?
WNBA.
What do you want to bet?
The next 2 years.
What do you want to bet? A soda?
Yeah, I don't drink soda no more.
A salad?
Yep, a salad. I mean a healthy salad.
A healthy salad.
Look, a good salad. Look, one of them lettuce where you chop the head of lettuce and then you gotta chop the.
One of us gotta DoorDash it to the other one's house.
I need a chopped salad, like the head of lettuce, and then you chop it up.
From
like,
where though?
From El Gaucho's, one of those joints.
That's fine with me.
Come on.
That's fine with me.
I'm
gonna order the most extravagant salad.
Right.
Lobster and shrimp.
Look, add it on to it. Look.
The Fever. He said, so on the pod, date this.
Within the next, I didn't say win it. I said we'll be going.
No,
you said you got the recording. I said we will be in the finals in the next 2 years.
That's not true either.
Okay.
The Aces are still there. The Storm's there.
All right.
The Liberty's there. Moving forward,
Jamal
Crawford broke the internet this weekend with explaining how AAU basketball, as well as, when most importantly, parents are messing things up. Who wants to start?
Yeah.
You guys are coaching players. I'll let you guys start.
Yeah. So for me, I got a child that's I got a child there's 2 childs that are in it. And I see it all the time. And I hear where he's coming from, and he's completely right. I think we are babysitting these young men and young women, because I see it on the young women's stage too. We are babysitting them to where the kid does nothing wrong, and if they fail, it's the ref didn't make a phone call or make a foul call, or you blew this whistle too soon, or like I hear it all the time with the parents on the sideline, like, oh man, that was a pushing foul. Well then if that's a pushing foul, then you take your shirt off and go put them stripes on and you go ref it if you think that's what the call is. But I just think these parents nowadays we're like really like babysitting and pampering our children as if they don't do anything wrong, and that's not right, because we're going to raise an individual's mindset, not individually because they're athletic. These are very athletic kids. We are way more athletic and advanced with athletics than we have been in past history. I believe that. I believe these kids are jumping higher. I believe when you got seventh graders dunking, windmilling, like they're seventh grade. Like I first dunked my first ball in 8th grade, and I thought that was phenomenal because I didn't see nobody but Nate Robinson, and Nate Robinson was all the way in Seattle when I was in 8th grade. He was in like 10th grade, and I don't even know anything about him. But that's when I was dunking, and I thought that was incredible. But now I'm seeing these kids like do windmills in 7th grade, baby dunks in 6th grade. I'm like, Jesus, crazy athletics. But we got to stop babying these kids, because mentality, you're going to raise a lot of individuals that don't want to work for anything. They're going to think it's always been given, or I've always been pampered, or there's always been someone come behind me to mess, or to any mess up that I've made, someone's came behind me to clean up the spills, and we're going to raise a generation of kids that will do that. And I don't think that's right, and I don't even think that's fair for not only for people, other parents who are spectating. I don't think that's fair for the kid. And I don't think that's fair for the kid.
I'll take it a step further with kind of being in it. I've wore both hats and wearing it this year, as well as coaching my son's 7th grade team. And again, if there's no accountability from the parents of your athlete, then you're setting them up for failure, because when it becomes to high school, it's hard for you to even talk to the high school coach, if at all.
Yeah.
Period. So again, accountability for the young people is your room even clean before you left to go to that game? Did you take the garbage out? Did you go to that game?
That's where it starts.
You see what I'm saying? All that stuff plays a part. Is it everybody? No, but there's a lot of things that's wrong with it. The main thing, one, is people are holding their children back for basketball purposes versus it being educational purposes. Now, I know during the pandemic, some young people struggled emotionally. Some struggled physically, some struggled mentally. So if you had to do what you had to do because they didn't learn, but if you're doing it strictly for sports purposes to get ahead or gain an advantage, that's 100% wrong to me, my personal opinion. You don't have to be 15 playing 7th grade. That's supposed to be a freshman in high school.
Sophomore.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it just, what do you gain from that? To score, nobody remembers what you did really in 7th grade as far as if you average 30 points a game. That doesn't do anything. That's just, it creates an ego, or creates the bad vibe for the kid, because now he thinks that I can do this everywhere. But when you play with your age or your grade, because in high school, if you're good enough as a freshman, you got to deal with seniors. These are people that are 18 years old.
Right.
These are people that hit the weights,
right,
that have trainers, that are on their way going to college. What are you going to do then? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's every kid should play their age and grade. I believe that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna travel, that's something I feel like we have to band together and change. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You shouldn't do it to have an advantage. And also, parents got to be realistic about who their kids are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know my kids, and they got stuff to work on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I also hold them accountable. And I can't coach Syer as being dad. I have to coach him as being Coach Dave.
Come on.
And it has to be fair, and he has to earn his keep.
Come on.
Just like everybody else. So some parents are delusional enough to think that my kid's going to the NBA at 7th grade or 8th grade.
At 3rd grade, bro.
Yeah, and it's just, that's preposterous. Stop thinking like that. Stop living through the kids because you didn't make it in the hoop game, or you never played, so you're living through your kid. No, let your kid take its course. Yeah. Allow them to develop. Allow them to learn the game. Yeah. Allow them to be a part, to have fun with the game. Because for some kids, this is a job.
Yeah.
And my belief is that's wrong. But Jamal just spoke out and said something that a lot of people wanted to say, but he used this platform, and it's viral now.
Yeah.
It's viral now.
Yeah. The cousin that I was talking about in Indiana tagged me in it because he's been on the podcast before. but he tagged me in his tweet saying, like, just making me aware of it. And I'm like, man, why he tagged me? So then I clicked on his thing, and it was Jamal Crawford's his little message that he put out there. Yeah. And he's 100% right. And I put on there 100.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's been going on since forever, because I remember playing T-ball, baseball, not T-ball, but baseball in a little league, and there was big kids that were being pushed on the teams that were playing our teams that were, for that advantage, you know what I'm saying? So they can, get their licks in and get their championships or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we knew it, you know what I'm saying? We knew it. Everybody knew it. Everybody was aware. They used to question, hey, how old is that kid? The kid, you know what I'm saying? Looked like he got a mustache already playing little kids, you know what I'm saying? So it's been going on forever. Is it right? Nah. But it does make me think about that a chapter that I read inside The Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, where he said he was talking about, he's from Canada, so he was talking about hockey players. I think he's from Canada, but he was talking about hockey players as a youth hockey team. But the thing is about it, he said that there was a specific team that was slightly older than the other players, or they had kids that were younger playing with older players. But I think the team was slightly older than the other players is how I remember it. And because of that advantage, that gave them confidence. That helped them grow up to be these players that nobody else, you know what I'm saying, that they felt like they were them champions because they were winning those trophies and stuff. And it really instilled something in them that carried over into their life as they got older. Yeah. I don't know if, if I'm paraphrasing it correctly, but that was basically the gist of that chapter. But, what it makes me think of, it brings me all the way back to what happened with Cam Newton the other day. You know what I'm saying? You got these guys that are mad at Cam Newton, fighting Cam Newton for coaching? You know what I'm saying? For coaching? It turned into a big thing where they swinging on somebody. It became national news because of a situation that they had a personal issue with them just because of some sort of feelings. I don't know if it was jealousy or where it rooted from, but it wasn't nothing serious enough to give that kind of example to kids. Right. There's no accountability there. You know what I'm saying? That there's a disconnect there that they gotta reacquaint themselves with to understand that it's not that serious, and you're providing a bad example. You know what I'm saying? But then a lot of people have that evil in their heart. They have that hurt in their heart, and they just go about it the wrong way. But to bring it back full circle, I think you guys are both right, spot on. There needs to be some more accountability with these youngsters.
Yeah, and I think and thinking about that situation,
and the parents got to chill out,
right? And it could have stemmed, an argument could have stemmed from, oh, my son's out there being pushed around or whatever it may be, and they're not being this called. Oh, this is your tournament. I'm gonna go after you. It could have been something stemming from that. Yeah, in that same situation, and this is in every. I'm not Jamal, and I'm glad that he makes mention of it. That's in sports. But I think this is in life. This is in even when I was I'll go to the mall, the respect of these little kids. Do you remember if you went to a store or something and there was an old lady behind you or something, you would hold the door open for her? Absolutely. Or you would, if she was carrying too many bags or something, you would help her get the bags. Or when I was riding the bus as a youngster, if somebody elderly came onto the bus, or even a woman, if a woman came on, I would give her my seat immediately. The thought would come in my mind.
Children got to sit on the floor. If adults came in the room,
immediately I would think that stuff. Yeah. But we go to functions and stuff or parties and stuff, and I'm like, these kids nowadays don't even have it doesn't even cross their mind to even do any of these little things. But that's because, like I said, their parents go behind them. Do you remember when you used to get whooped by the teacher? Right? Or whooped by a stepdad or something, or somebody at the basketball game, they would tell your dad or your mama, then you get a whooping by your daddy and mama, or your uncle gonna come over and I'm like, what happened to you policing kids? Nowadays, they're like, oh, look, I'll call my daddy on you and he'll come up here and shoot you or whatever it may be. I'm like, why? Why does it have to be like that? Why can't I discipline you because I seen you do something wrong, and then I'm gonna tell your daddy that you did something wrong, and he's gonna get at you too?
Because a lot of times right now, Wayne D, it's kids raising kids. There is no more of your grandmothers now.
Your grandma
is 50 years old.
Right. Your grandma's like a 40-year-old today.
But that's what I'm saying. We come up growing up where your grandmother's 60 years
right.
plus.
Has seasons.
And that has raised multiple kids, and there's trust. But the problem is, it's the lack of discipline at home.
Yes.
And the fact of my kids will never disrespect an adult because I teach them to respect adults. Yeah. If an adult is being disrespectful to you, you need to come grab me or your mom. And you walk away from the situation. But you don't be disrespectful. Yeah. I literally, There's a lady in the store last week, older lady, Safeway, in there. I helped her put her groceries in her bag, and I asked her, does she need me to help the cart? And I to have the other people for Safeway do it. But she's like, ma'am, I'm not taking no money from you to helping you.
Yes.
For you to be able to even in the store at 70 plus years old is a blessing.
Yeah.
And I said, I pray that I could be that old and be able to go shopping for myself. So you're right.
Yeah.
Those type of morals are I'm not gonna say with everybody, but it's far and in between.
It's a dying breed.
It's far and in between.
I think that it's cold. It's sad, but it's a bygone generation. But I think, I think, man, really, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying, that we came up, we saw the last vestiges of that. I think, you know what I'm saying, the 90s, the 80s and 90s, just, man, broke the mold with a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? And then when we seen when COVID hit, it seemed like it just took it up another notch.
One the super knot, like, bro, like hyper speed, like.
It really turned the world
upside down
to being weird for literally 2 years in a row because you didn't really see people.
I mean, the pettiness is at an all-time high.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, the internet really went crazy.
Well, it had to. That was the only way. Social media was the only way you could do anything.
There was nothing else to really do. And so a lot of those kids, they suffered.
Yeah.
I'll give an example. My son, he went from elementary to middle school because he missed those 2 years of pretty much like no school in a classroom setting.
Yeah.
So from going to one class to 6 classes, that's almost a culture shock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it had an effect initially because he was used to it. You're in one class the whole day and you do different subjects to go into 6, and there was no in between or preparation. You just boom, you're there face to face.
Man, that's a lot of social development you missed out on too.
Absolutely.
Because them junior high school years, that middle 7th, 8th grade is a lot of stuff happens for you as a young person. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The game changes for you as a young person. You become aware of a lot. Yeah. Now you back in these social surroundings, and you can't just be behind that glass of the phone or you know what I'm saying?
Or say I'm this and I'm that, and you
Yeah.
ain't gonna get at me. But then you got to see me when you come to that school now. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
And before I was behind that computer.
I think it just affected kids, it affected adults, it just affected everybody in a way that I don't even know if they even explained to us what really happened. But it really changed some things because now people are more bold, they're more petty, they're doing things. The social norms have changed. I see a lot of videos of guys going bad on women and hitting women. And, you know what I'm saying? Like I never seen before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that ain't cool.
I see a lot. You see a lot of stuff that's
happening like that.
It's just more many now. It's different than how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? It was bad before, but it's crazy.
And it's like what going back full circle, like with what Jamal's saying is that yes, the reclasses and stuff are happening.
Yeah.
So sometimes he coaches an 8th grade team, so his kids are 13 and some turn 14 here, but you're playing against 16-year-olds. That's tough.
Yeah, that's really tough.
That's tough to do. You're playing against 15-year-olds. Their body is more developed. They're going to high school already. They should be in high school, but they're considered as an 8th grade, and it's a strength advantage.
That's not right at all.
It's not right, but it's happening.
Yeah.
Wow. Because at 16, that's a whole different muscle structure. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And like
that's
some
cool.
kids go through puberty and some haven't went through it yet.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's all a part of it. And then also with these parents thinking that their kids are NBA ready or they're the next upcoming versus just being humble and allow the coach that's treating your kids the right way. Yeah. Allow him to coach your kids. Trust. Yeah. When you have a coach, you got to be able to trust. Yeah. If you don't trust the coach, get your own team.
Yeah.
That's my solution. I've coached for over 20 years in high school, and if you got something to say about everything that a coach does, you should get your own team. Yeah. And see how that would work for you.
Yeah. Do you see that a lot, or is it?
You see it a lot. That people have something to say about what coulda, shoulda, and what it should have been done. But you be put in that position and to get all these kids on the same page to do everything, it's not going to be right all the time. See, that's why at this grade, his son, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, is development to get you ready for high school. Yeah. And people are looking at it in the wrong lens. Yeah. Parents look at it from the wrong lens. And that's a problem.
And for me, I'm not. I'm biased. I'm not against. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. So for me, I have a 15-year-old who will be 15 as a 11th grader. He'll be in 11th grade this year or this upcoming year, and he's only 15, and he doesn't turn 16 until the school season starts. And then he's 16, so he'll graduate. He'll start his senior year as him being 16 as a senior, and it's because he has a August. He makes the last date.
He'll be 17 as a senior.
He'll be 16 to start it,
right?
And then he'll turn 17.
Right,
yeah.
School.
And then the whole season, while everyone else in that same season will be turning 18
right.
in their senior year, he won't turn no 18. He'll just be 17 this whole year. So for him, like I could see somebody reclassing in that. And then not only that, when you were talking about COVID, for him, he went from 5th grade as COVID, and he went to 8th grade and back in school. So he didn't do he was 5th grade school. 6th grade year that I guess it was in July or whatever it started. COVID started. He was 3 months into his. He was 3 months into his middle school year.
In 2019, 2020, it really hit.
Yeah, he was 3 months into his middle school year of knowing what middle school was, and then he had no 6th grade, no 7th grade.
That's crazy.
And he went back into school in 8th grade, from going from 5th grade to 8th grade, from back into school.
That's rough.
So I could and we're talking about a 13, he was like 12, 11. This is 10, 11, 12-year-old kid going into that. And so I think he excels in school because I think he's a pretty smart kid. But physically, like you say, for 5th grader or for 15-year-olds playing with 13-year-olds, he's a 15-year-old having to compete against 18-year-olds because he's in that grade. So physically, he's not developed, so he could come back. Now if someone reclass because of that, I salute that. You should be in that grade anyway. But for someone to be 19, 20 as a senior, I can't respect that. That's not
happening.
You can't reclass that. That's not
country.
Yeah, man, that's not right.
I used to I was kind of like a assistant at the late night programs, and there used to be guys up in there hooping. They run, they play, and there'd be some guys in there that'd be like 19 years old in there racking on
with high school jerseys on.
Man, in there running around everybody. So I could just imagine. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine the advantage they got, and then I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in there that needs to be taken account for. You know what I'm saying? And these youngsters, the parents got to really chill, let these youngsters develop, and there should be some cleanup about the age groups,
especially
and how they
if
play.
you got. Now I can understand if you, and I'll just say, and I'll put this out there because I'm gonna say it. If you have a coach that has the experience and is good. Right. You got to trust the process. Now, if there's a coach that's doing your kid wrong, then you ask the coach and you bring him to the side. You don't put it out there in the open during games. That's not going to help your kid.
But how do you advocate for your kid though if you think that the coach isn't using your kid enough or well? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you ask the coach, what does my son need to do to get more playing time?
Right.
If your coaches have open windows in order to do that,
right.
Your son needs to do this, and this. And when you put him when I put him in the game. He's doing this, and this. It's a development stage.
Yeah.
And he just, not to say that he's not going to get more, but he got to earn his keep.
Yeah.
Because, this AAU basketball, you're not owed anything.
It's competition.
Community center basketball, everybody gets this amount of time. AAU is competitive, and it's a little bit more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just think it's levels to it in the way you approach it.
Yeah.
And so but like what Jamal said with his PSA, I think he was spot on.
Yeah, I think he was.
Parents got to hold their kids accountable.
Yeah.
The kids got to hold themselves accountable. They can't just expect for everything to be given and they don't want to work hard for it, like Dwayne said.
Yeah.
No, we're not just going to give you everything. No, you have to do your chores in order to get some extra money. Because we buy you everything anyway.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying?
We buy all your needs. You will never need anything.
Right.
Now what you want.
Right. Then you got to give me some
reason why I'm giving you a want.
When I get home from the podcast, I don't want to see the garbage can.
Right.
And you've been here all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see the garbage can full.
Yeah. You're giving me a reason why I'm not giving you a want.
Right.
Because I don't want to do something. I don't want to see something. So
I don't want to go to work
how you gonna want your want?
Right.
Like
sometimes you feel like you want to hit the snooze button and be like, man, I just need to just get a couple more hours.
Man.
Right?
It's that serious.
So
a couple more days.
A couple more days.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You ain't hit that on the head. Like, look, I'm like, a couple more days, not just hours, bro. Like, man, you go back to back. Like, bro.
Scottie Pippen's
Man.
No Bull Tour with Horace Grant and Luke Longley. They're throwing huge shots at Michael Jordan. They're saying that Michael Jordan didn't narrate or create the right narrative in the what was it called?
Last Dance.
In the Last Dance. expound on that because Scottie Pippen's been going crazy a little bit.
He has
a while.
For a little while.
He says Jordan's better than LeBron. LeBron's better than Jordan. He's better than Jordan. So his credibility is kind of shaky. So I want you guys to expound on that. But before you do, shouldn't he be a little bit better because Michael Jordan's son broke up with?
Yeah, there's definitely layers there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's expound on that.
Aside from the Chester Cheetah memes, you know what I'm saying? There's some layers there, but I'm not gonna go there.
Come on,
but I think take it away from his credibility.
But to get back to the topic, man, I think I really think that there's two sides to every story.
Three
sides. Your side, my side, and the truth. You know what I mean? So I think. But we really don't know. We only could go off of what their experience was. So we heard Michael Jordan's side, you know what I'm saying? And according to Scottie Pippen, he was very involved with the project. He made sure the project came out how he wanted to be presented. Yeah. So you can't knock Michael Jordan for that. He's earned that right. But at the same time, I think Scottie Pippen has the right to tell his perspective and his side of the story.
Right.
And let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with them telling the story. I hope that it doesn't tarnish anybody's legacy. You know what I'm saying? I think that the whole tour, the fact that there's discontention between them kind of makes the legacy look kind of bad a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they did so much together. They worked so well together that at this point you don't want to see them, really show that in a bad light. But hey, if you want to tell your story, tell your story.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with that.
Well, the other one part of that is just the fact that Michael Jordan said, without no Scottie Pippen, there wouldn't be no Michael Jordan. There wouldn't be no championships. He said that in The Last Dance.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what credit does Pippen want. He wasn't the best player in the team. He wasn't.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Seems like you have something different to say.
I have a lot different to say. So for me, it goes back to what RK say. It's your side, it's my side, and then it's really who was there. Like only the Lord knows because He's with everybody, so He knows what happened. But it's just His opinion. So for me, when I had seen The Last Dance put out, I immediately thought, oh, this was Jordan promotion. Jordan had his thumbprint on all of it. And so for Pippen to come out, even before he even says, oh, we're doing another one, I had thought in my heart of heart, Pippen should come out and make mention of what he felt like it should be narrated or how he felt it should be done, because I thought that whole promotion of The Last Dance, which was good, but I thought it was pushed on just what it was almost like they were saying Jordan was the Bulls. So I think with Cool Coach and all them are coming out, I don't think they're hating. I just think they're bringing to light more evidence that we can bring to the table.
I thought it was well put together because it told the truth on what it was. I mean, Michael Jordan was the vocal point of this team, but he said that all he tried to do was push his teammates.
Yeah.
And some people didn't know how to win before he got there. You know what I'm saying? Or the new guys that came that didn't know how to win with it and didn't have expectation. He tried to teach them a work ethic of how, and granted, his delivery may have been messed up. I agree with that.
Right.
Delivery may have been messed up, but that's the only way he knew.
Right.
A lot of great leaders have a bad delivery.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the only way that he knew. But I'm saying, like you said, Pippen, we'd love to see your perspective, but the problem is your credibility is kind of shaky.
I agree.
Based off all the stuff that you've been saying, it kind of looks like you're hating.
Yeah.
Now, if Horace Grant and Luke Longley would have came out and said it, then, maybe it may not even been took serious because Pippen, you were the second best player.
Yeah.
But based off the shakiness of your credibility with everything that's been happening in the last 5 to 10 years, people are looking at you like, man, is he on drugs? Like, what's going on? Like, something ain't right.
That the thing is that the Larsa Pippen thing is really, that tarnishes everything.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it tarnishes everything that when it comes to Scottie Pippen. When I think about Scottie Pippen, it's like it's really crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's really like a thing where he's bitter about that situation, which he has every right to be. But then it's like, dang, you you got all the credit for everything with these championships. Now, even in my personal life, you know what I'm saying? You take your family's taking my, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to laugh at it because it's not a laughing matter, but at the same time, it's tough.
That was,
you know what I'm saying? That's just ugly.
This has been happening to me, and I can't say who can date who. I feel like that's too close to home, but I don't know how close they were.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Right. But it's just a bad look. Like, I would hope that.
But why nobody ain't
Jordan
saying
to be like
her about it, though? She's a part of it.
She's the one that's out of pocket.
Right. She's
definitely
guilty.
Yeah. But then you would hope that Jordan to be able to. You would hope that Jordan to be like, hey, man, that's Pippen's.
That's his wife. Yeah. Look, don't mess with her.
Some people are just off limits.
How do we know he didn't?
We don't know. That's true.
Right.
That's
true. But how do you know that Marcus is like, Dad, I'm grown, I'm going to do what I want to do?
Well, he's a savage then.
Yeah.
He said, look, hey, he been talking bad about you anyway. Look, I'm going to do him like this.
We don't know.
I'm going to ride for you this way.
I honestly got to put the blame on her.
Hey, that's, look, I'm going to cut you a little deeper. Look, you want to do my daddy like this.
Or you could have kept the relationship incognito.
Yeah.
But she wanted to bring it out because then she came out with how many times what she had to do with Scottie Pippen, talking about the bedroom scene of how many times it had to happen in a day. And all she came out with everything talking about them.
But then they also say the NBA they kind of have a round a red they're supposed to be a lot of them the basketball wives be basketball wiving. You know what I'm saying?
Say, look, you out here wiving.
I'm gonna leave that alone, man. I don't know.
I mean, as a person on the sideline you go to the All-Star games and all that stuff. You see, every other city we go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
man.
she must have felt herself. You know what I'm saying? It really wiggled. You know what I'm saying? That's bad, but that's what it is.
Yeah, I blame both of them, but her, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
And I don't know, man. Scottie Pippen, though, I hope the tour.
Right. No, I hope I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna tap in.
I am too, because I want to see what his perspective is saying.
That's all I want to see.
Because now what you can't do is create a tour and act like Michael Jordan wasn't the vocal point of the organization.
I agree, and I hope we don't. And
I hope come out and say, I was the guy the whole time.
See, that loses all credit.
100%. Now, if he comes out and say and gives or gives Jordan no credit, then I'm like, bro, this is a hate tour. Like, you just did this just to get back at Jordan. And everything you done said about Jordan and the LeBron comparison, like, I can't believe nothing you say. But if he comes out and just giving Jordan props, like, okay, Jordan did have a part to play in it, but this ain't all. This is actually what else has happened.
Right.
Then I'm like, it might hold a little bit of weight. And it might, y'all got a biased opinion. I'm not saying y'all got a biased opinion. Like, Jordan, he's cool. He's cool, but I think I'm leaning more towards. I really want to hear Pippen's side of the story.
Yeah.
If I hear Pippen's side of the story, it's gonna really. I almost really don't want to, because I really might start hating.
I got a if was a fifth question. What if Mo Williams came out with a documentary talking about LeBron and it was bad? Would you want to see it?
I would want to. No.
Like, I
would. Right. I would want to. At least I'm not lying. At least I'm not lying. But that's the same. But that's the same biased narrative that we have.
I'm not saying that Pippen is lying, but I'm just saying Michael Jordan gave us. Watch The Last Dance.
I'm gonna watch it again.
From his perspective,
I thought it was a decent assessment.
He put it.
I thought it was.
He put it based off of everything that he went through.
Yeah.
Why does he have to? This is my documentary about my,
it wasn't
my
his.
team. Whose was it?
It was supposed to be the Bulls, The Last Dance, the Bulls.
Yeah.
It wasn't Last Dance Jordan documentary.
He pulled the
He pulled the Jordan. That's exactly. You're right. And that's the bias opinion. I'm saying, like, look, give me up. I'm the man. Look, I run this. No, it was a Bulls thing. No, it was not from Jordan's, but he ran it like it was.
He gave them their props.
Yeah.
He interviewed them guys.
Yeah. Oh, see, look, that's what I'm saying. Look, he
not?
He interviewed them as if it wasn't a promotion for the whole thing. Like, I got to get interviewed and I'm part of the thing.
Like you said, if Mo Williams came out with something, he was like Mo Williams.
I would be biased. And say, you're lying.
Biased. I want to see what Scottie Pippen, because Scottie Pippen is one of the 50 greatest ever to play in the game. Most versatile ever to play the game.
Yeah.
Top three to
Defense,
top five small
offense.
forwards ever to play the game.
Top five, not three.
So again, that's what I say. It depends on who says it.
You can't say five. Or you can't say three.
It depends on who
you
says
can't
it.
say 3
It
days.
depends on who says it. It depends on who says it.
You can't say that, bro. You know that. I know, but you know that, though.
No,
Stop.
I'm saying it could be argued
All
as
right,
a top
okay.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't say me. I took me out of it.
All right, my bad. My bad. But I'm like, look, I'm like, bro, you know we ain't top. Just say top 5 arguably.
I'm just saying. It's
top 5 arguably.
It's opinion based.
Yeah.
Moving forward, The Simpsons. Are we missing something? Are we just not paying attention?
What do you mean?
All the stuff in the show, for all these years that we've watched it, and stuff that they're showing is stuff that actually is happening in real life, present date. It's starting to get scary with some of the stuff. I never paid attention to it close enough. Now I'm trying to go back and watch these episodes to see, like, did that really happen? That they did that back at this time, and now in real life this is happening?
It was always funny, you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, it was funny. Yeah,
And now it's
it was
not
funny. And now it's like you were telling us,
like,
but you wasn't telling us. Like,
right.
Yeah.
You guys know what time it is, man. One of my favorite parts of the show. But fellas, before we do this,
yes,
I don't need your long, drawn-out answer. I don't need you to think a long time. I need it quick, precise, and to the point.
Come on.
The best dynamic duo, Penny and Shaq, Shaq and Kobe, Michael and Scottie.
Penny or Shaq and Cole.
C. Webb and Vlade.
Oh, do I get I was about to say I gotta add one.
That wasn't an option.
I was gonna add one.
That wasn't an option.
Jordan and Pippen.
Jordan Pippen, okay.
I'll go Kobe and Shaq.
Okay. If you can go anywhere today, where would it be?
Maldives.
Fiji.
Ooh, I like both of those. Swimming or snorkeling?
Snorkeling, I've been.
I've never been. I wanted to go, but snorkeling, yeah.
Yeah, snorkeling's dope, bro.
Okay.
Seeing the fish?
Yeah, it's dope.
Elephant ride or camel ride?
Elephant.
Oh, elephant. Yeah. Dumbo.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah.
Bo Jackson or Marcus Allen?
Oh.
Oakland.
Yeah.
But Allen was cold.
Yeah.
I'm going Bo.
Yeah.
Allen was cold though. Marcus,
Yeah.
it was just too short.
Yeah, I say Bo as well.
Ooh, for real?
Marcus Allen was a beast, but Bo was. Yeah,
he was.
He was cold.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite Kool-Aid?
Strawberry kiwi.
Ooh.
Great.
Oh, grape for real?
Yeah.
Grape for red. What is the greatest phrase that you heard?
Man, that's good.
Come on, pop.
I ain't got. Be all you can be.
Ooh. In the Army.
No, ain't gotta be in the Army. just that phrase.
What you got?
Just that phrase alone.
Yeah. I know I'm somebody because God don't make no jump.
Come on.
Ooh, that's good.
That's really good.
You have 24 hours to live. What would you do?
I got a special set of skills.
That allow me more time.
What would you do?
Oh, man. 24 hours to live? Man, I don't even know, man. I don't know.
I'm spending with my loved ones.
Yeah. Relaxing with family, probably. Yeah, feet up.
If you can...
Dave, bro.
If you can structure a house...
You don't see this window? Look at this, bro.
If you can structure a house, this is the last one.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
it's going outside.
Structure the house. What would your square footage be?
oh, me and the wife already. I'm about 5,000. I don't need a lot. I'm about 5,000. But it'll be on the lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 5,000.
I'm there too, 5,000, but I want at least 2 acres. 5,000,
Right.
2
Yeah.
acres.
Yeah.
I like it.
I need dirt bikes, and
Yeah. ATVs.
a lake. I need a fishing.
Ooh.
A good
I
well.
need man.
But the house itself, 5,000.
5,000 on the house.
In a basement with a bunker.
Well, we're wrapping up here, y'all. The snow is real.
The snow is
Here in
real,
Seattle,
bro. Like,
Washington.
man.
So people got to travel to get back.
Yeah.
But one thing, can we leave the people with something positive here for Ladies Month?
Man, Yeah, no, I'll leave something. Cherish, not cherish. Give roses while they're still here. And I say cherish your queen, but we might not have queens, but like give her flowers. Like I tell my wife all the time, like I'm as great as you are, and I go as far as we take us, not by myself. We do it as a team.
Mm-hmm. Man, I think you said it, man. I don't have nothing to add on to that. That's deep. That's good.
Yeah. I'm gonna just leave it with this, and this is my favorite slogan and catchphrase, and they did a brilliant job by doing it. Just do it.
Just do it.
We out. Yeah. Only pod.
Only pod.
Only pod can judge.
Man.